Hello, my name is Teresa Alberto. I am from Eurofins CRL, and I have been with the company for over 15 years. Today, I'm going to be discussing safety testing that can be used for cosmetic products. Who is responsible for sustaining the safety of cosmetics? Companies and manufacturers have the legal responsibility to ensure the safety of their products. Other than color additives, cosmetic products and ingredients do not need FDA approval before going to market in the US. Companies and manufacturers need to follow the following two laws pertaining to cosmetics. They are the most important and are FDA regulated. The Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act, this law gives the US FDA the authority to oversee cosmetics, and the Fair Packaging and Labeling Act. This is designed to facilitate value comparisons and prevent unfair or deceptive packaging and labeling of many household consumer commodities, in this case, cosmetics. Are you wondering what products are considered cosmetics to the FDA? Per FDA, cosmetics are articles intended to be rubbed, poured, sprinkled, or sprayed onto, introduced into, or otherwise applied to the human body for cleansing, beautifying, promoting attractiveness, or altering the appearance. Among the products include in this definition are skin moisturizers, perfumes, lipsticks, fingernail polishes, eye and facial makeup, cleansers, shampoos, permanent waves, hair color, and deodorants, as well as many substances intended for use as a component of cosmetic products. It does not include soap. Today, there are very few true soaps. Most soaps marketed today use synthetic detergents. To determine if your product is a true soap, it has to meet three conditions. What is the soap made out of? What ingredients cause its cleaning action? And how is it intended for use? My product is not a drug or soap, it is a cosmetic. Now what? Three areas of testing that should be in any cosmetic product profile on the market. Stability testing is used to determine if a cosmetic can be altered or become unsafe depending on environmental conditions. Microtesting, does your preservative system hold up to consumer use? This testing ensures that there is no harmful microorganism growth. Safety testing, patch testing, or safety in use testing, and this is going to be our focus today. My cosmetic product has successfully completed stability and microtesting. Now what? So for patch testing, there's three main patch tests we complete. HRIPTs, the main goal is to determine a potential for inducing sensitization, but you can also determine the potential for eliciting dermal irritation. Primary irritation test, assess the product's likelihood of causing irritation after one patch application, and cumulative irritation test, assesses the product's likelihood of causing irritation after multiple patch applications. This has the possibility of detecting weak irritants. Safety and use studies determine the potential of the product to elicit an irritant response under real-life conditions. HRIPTs, also human repeated insult patch test. The recommended sample size is 200 subjects. Can be used for most cosmetic and personal care products. Varying type of patches, occlusive and semi-occlusive, also fin chambers. Varying product dilutions for products that are diluted when used in real-life settings such as shampoos, body washes, and face washes. Objective of RIPT studies is twofold. So as I mentioned before, the test can determine skin irritation and skin sensitization. For a 24-hour RIPT, it's a 6-week study that includes a rest period of 10 to 21 days before coming in for the challenge phase. It's a total of 15 visits. The induction phase, also known as the irritation phase, the patches containing the test material applied to the same location on the upper back 3 times per week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, for a total of 9 patch applications. Patches remain in place for 24 hours, and sites are graded for irritation at each visit. For the challenge phase of the study, which is also known as the sensitization phase of the study, subjects return from their break after 10 to 21 days. Patches containing test materials will be applied to a virgin site. In this case, it's the lower back of the subjects. Subjects return to the lab after 24 hours of application for patch removal and grading. Subjects must also return for evaluations at the 48-hour mark, 72-hour mark, and 96-hour mark for evaluations. Patch types include semi-occlusive and occlusive patches. As you can see here, the semi-occlusive does not have that white strip down the middle, which makes it a more breathable patch. It has tape and adhesive that surrounds the gauze center, also known as a web roll. Most products should be tested under semi-occlusive patches. Occlusive patches are non-breathable tape adhesive surrounding the gauze center. Products that are used under occlusions such as hand prep treatments, used under latex glove or scalp treatment products, used under bandages. Most cosmetic products do not warrant RIPT testing under occlusive conditions. It is overkill. For RIPTs, we also consider diluting products and volatilizing products. Most products should be diluted for RIPT testing. Any product that needs water when used by a consumer, such as shampoos, conditioners, body washes, face washes, hand washes, etc. What product should be volatilized for RIPT testing? Any product that has high alcohol levels should be volatilized at least 15 minutes before patching. These are products such as EDPs, body sprays, hand sanitizers. So for RIPT studies, there are multiple conclusions you can derive from them. There are listed here 4. The first one, the product showed potentials for irritation but not sensitization. So reactions were observed in 10% or more of the study population in the induction phase. Product showed no potential for irritation but showed potential for sensitization. 1 or more strong reactions were observed in the challenge phase of the study. Sensitization is an allergic response to a product. In this case, a rechallenge will be performed to confirm sensitization. 3, products showed potential for irritation and sensitization. So there were reactions observed in both the induction and challenge phase of the study. 4, products showed no potential for irritation or sensitization. This means no reactions were observed at all. So as mentioned before, if there is a significant reaction observed in the challenge phase of the study, this is including edema, a rechallenge would be performed. If the reaction observed in the challenge phase are indicative of sensitization, edema is usually observed and a rechallenge is recommended. 1 week repeat of the challenge phase that will take place no sooner than 10 days from the last challenge phase. The test material is applied to a virgin site under the same conditions of the challenge phase, and the subject is examined for dermal irritation. At the sponsor's request, additional omission products or individual components may be tested and/or other test conditions may be used. So in this case, sponsors might request to add other individual components that are in that product. This is considered a breakdown rechallenge, and this can aim towards which product within that product is causing that specific reaction. Some clients also might request to test under a semi-patch instead of an occlusive patch, and this is all preference. Other considerations for RIPT testing: number of subjects, N equals 50, 100, or 200. Finished products should be tested with no fewer than 100 subjects. Why? 1% of the general population will have a reaction to cosmetics and personal care products. If 1 out of 50 subjects reacts to your product, you are already over the 1% acceptability threshold of reactivity to products on the market. Testing on a larger population allows for a larger sample of a real-world users of your product. Why offer N equals 50 testing then? 50 subject RIPT panels are useful for situations such as minor formulation changes, retesting to confirm past RIPT results. Why offer N equals 200? A successful 200 subject RIPT is an industry's accepted standard for claiming hyperallergenic on the product label. So other considerations for RIPTs. So if I have an eyeshadow set with 10 shades, do I need to test all 10 shades on an RIPT? Most conservative answer, yes. Each individual shade should be tested to ensure that you have a complete safety profile on each shade. Less conservative answer, no. You can choose to make a set of composite shades for testing. For example, composite, meaning combined, 3 shades, and submit the mix as one sample for an RIPT test. Not recommended to test more than 3 shades in a composite. Be prepared to do further RIPT testing if you see a reaction on a composite. You would have to do further testing to determine which specific shade is giving the problem, the reaction to these subjects. So if you do have reactions, that is something to consider, that it might be more lengthy to get your results if you have to test each individual shade. Primary irritation studies. The duration for primary irritation studies are 24 hours. The patches containing test materials remain in place for 24 hours. Subjects will have the test sites evaluated at 24 hours and 48 hours. If a reaction persists at the 48-hour mark, subjects will come back in for a 72-hour reading. 48-hour patches containing test materials remain in place for 48 hours. Subjects will have their test sites evaluated at 48 hours, 72 hours, and if a reaction occurs at the 72-hour mark, then subjects will be coming in for a 96-hour reading. Sample size is 50 subjects. The conclusion for this is primary irritation potential will be determined by using the primary dermal irritation index. This method calculates the erythema score. So as you can see in the chart below, all the erythema scores are listed from 0 to 4, and then you have the frequency of the erythema score. So in this case, 10 subjects had a score of 0, 6 subjects had a score of 0.5, 2 had a score of 1, and 2 had a score of 2. So that is for the frequency total. The erythema score is multiplied by the frequency of the erythema score, as you can see in the right-hand side. There's a 3, 2, 4, and you're getting that by multiplying the 6 by the 0.5, the 2 by the 1, and the 2 by the 2. And then you get the total score, and then you divide the total score by the sample size. In this example, 20 subjects were used, so it's the total of 9 divided by the 20, and you get a score of 0.45. For cumulative irritation studies, the duration is 14 days. Patches containing the test material are removed and reapplied every day for the duration of the study. Weekends can either be included or not. If weekend days are not included, the patches remain in place until Monday. For the 21-day cumulative irritation, the process is the same as the 14-day, but it is for a longer duration. Sample size is typically 30 subjects, and the conclusion is the total value of all reactions for the test material will be divided by the potential max score and then multiplied by 100 to calculate the percent of max score. As you can see here, once you have the potential maximum score, you will derive a conclusion from that. So you'll do your calculations. In most instances, we see essentially no evidence of cumulative irritation under conditions of test. We do typically test this with a positive and negative control. For the positive control, we do sometimes see evidence of a slight potential for very mild cumulative irritation under conditions of the test. Safety and use studies. When do you run one? One, you have completed your RIPT and want real-life use safety testing. You're going to use it on your actual area of the body as in real-life consumer use. So if it's a face moisturizer, you would use it on your face. Body moisturizer, we typically test on arms, legs, and torso. And you want subjects to complete a consumer perception questionnaire. So that means subjects will apply the product, they will come back and answer a questionnaire, the question of your choosing. So anything from, did this product moisturize my skin, to did I like the scent of the product, anything you would like. Or my product is not suitable for RIPT testing. So your product is too harsh, it's a hair dye or depilatory. Depilatories are anything to remove the hair, so waxes, depilatory creams, which should only stay on the skin for 10 minutes, and you should not be applying them to your skin 3 times per week. Safety and use studies replace the RIPT for these products and these categories. Safety and use studies, what does a typical SIU study look like? Typically, we test no fewer than 35 subjects. It consists of baseline, midpoint, endpoints, evaluations. These evaluations include erythema, edema, and dryness. These are the basic skin evaluations. Of course, others can be added to the product category. Consumer perception questionnaires can be added to gain insight about your product. Some studies are questionnaire only, and these are referred to as CP or consumer perception studies. How you design your SIU study should be discussed with your internal regulatory advisors. If you don't have a regulatory advisor, your third-party testing lab can provide guidance for you. Safety and use studies. What types are performed? Dermatological, face all over body parts, gynecological, dental, pediatric, ophthalmology, non-comedogenic. Combination studies are also possible. Opderms, opderm comedo, derm comedo, and you can also go into specialized populations. So you can break down the categories that your products would be used for. If you want to aim your products towards people with sensitive skin, you would choose sensitive skin subjects. If you want to prove that your product does not promote more acne, you would do acne-prone subjects. You can do contact lens wearers, non-contact lens wearers, and specific ethnicities if need be. Safety and use studies. What do my SIU results mean? In this study population and under the conditions of this study, the product is considered safe for use when used as directed. Thank you for your time and your attention. If you do have any questions, I will be doing a 10-minute Q&A. But if you do have any questions after that, you can reach us at our email address or our LinkedIn. Thank you.